Hey guys, today we're gonna be talking about alts and their best parking spots. I'm gonna have a couple different options for you guys to choose depending on your playstyles, of course, and everything like that. So let's quickly begin. I'm gonna quickly show my rooster what's going on around with my alts and where I'm planning to, leave them myself whenever I'm finished with my, you know, roster. And I'm just gonna say this. My plan is to get all my main five alts plus the main, uh, to at least 1445. But this is because, the most classes which I play, I enjoy playing them, and I don't really like to take like buses, let's say for your characters. But we're gonna talk about that a bit later. So let's now begin with the first one, and that is if you just want to have alts to make you gold, and you don't really want to invest, into your alts, it's probably for you safest option is to just, get your alts to 30, 70 and just leave them. With that said, you can do per week, Oreca, both hard dungeons. You don't really have much to invest. You could even buy like buses for 300 gold. There is a lot of runs that they just do like free run, just no bid on the end of the run auction with the sometimes there is good books and so on. But you can get just free carrot like that. You don't really need any investments if you're looking for the party. Of course, you can get yourself a couple of engravings, like 2 or 3, and that's fine as long as you don't just leave your character without anything and you're just gonna press, matchmaking. That's gonna cause a lot of problems for all the other players, so I don't recommend doing that. So with that said, let's have a quick look how much you can make with your alts at 1370. And that is at the moment really cheap to get there because we got that's honing buff, which helps to get your characters to 3070 pretty easily. So I'm just gonna quickly show you my planner, with all the gold gains and everything. So one character that is 1370, let's say like my Berserker, is gonna make me at least 2,900 gold per week, but it is like recommended like to do your Argos buzz because it's not worth anymore to just do phase 1 and just get 500 gold, which is really small amounts. If you go over on back over here, and if you go on Abyss Raids, right? We go find party, and let's see for how much buses. This is EU Central, by the way. It depends on different servers, but I think the prices are pretty much similar on everywhere. So first off, we have this bus. So it's 1,500. I actually saw 1,400. Yeah, 1,400 at the moment is the price. So let's say you buy a bus with your 1370 alt, and with that said, we're just gonna press this. If you're not planning to push your alts, beyond 1370, and you just want to have them as your gold makers, you don't really need to open the chest. To be honest, they don't give you much, especially with all the prices, going down for materials for big lipstones and so on. So if you do the bus, you pay for the bus 1,400. Let's say you're gonna be left with 3,400. So that's quite a bit of more gold you're gonna earn. It's not much. Like if it's, let's say we compare this, so yeah, you take like, well, it's like 500 more gold, to be honest. But still, you're gonna get much more items in turn. They can, sell for decent amount of gold if they're like a good rolls. So in the worst case scenario, you're still gonna make 3,400, without getting any good loot. And if you have, let's say, 5 alts like that at 1370, and you don't really enjoy playing your alts, you just want to focus on your main, but you still want to get yourself some extra gold every week, especially it's how it is easy to enchant the characters at 3070. It is pretty much necessary, if you want to progress faster, in the future as well. So 3,400 per week per one alt, that's gonna give you like decent amount of gold per week, like 15k or something like that, a little bit more. So the next step we're gonna talk about, um, like the second step, where you should be getting your alts right now, slowly, of course. There is no rush. Um, Next up is gonna be 14, 15, which is my goal right now. I'm planning to get all them there, then slowly push, further. So if you have your alts at 14, 15, your one alt is gonna make you 6,000 gold, because you can do Argos, all 3 phases, you don't need to pay for any buses, and then you can do Vault and normal. So in this case, I honestly myself don't really buy, buses for Volta normal. If you're lazy and you don't wanna like do Volta with, let's say struggle with random people, so you can buy the bus. And on this side, Volta buses are so cheap right now. It's pretty much, like it doesn't cost you anything. I don't think. Let me just have a look. Oh, I think the price is, yeah, it's like 700. So technically, if you do buy a Volton bus, you can just take this price from here, and you're gonna have 5,200, gold per one alt. That is at 14, 15. You know, this is decent amount of money, and like if you do it yourself, you're gonna earn 6k per one alt. So if you have like 5 alts at this level, you should be getting decent chunk of money every week. So just 30k with your alts plus your main. This is pretty much what I'm getting right now. This is without any buses. If you do Argos bus and everything else, you can still earn more. So yeah, that covers 14, 15. This is like not really necessary right now. You can just slowly one character at a time, and you're gonna reach there. It's not a big loss, to be honest. If you're still at like this level, you're gonna get like little bit more than half, on 1370 alt than you would get on 1415 alt. But just to remember, 1415 alts, they they do require a bit of investment. To be honest, for myself, to push one alt to 1415, I spend around 30k. It's pretty much most of my own materials. If I'm unlucky, it can go between like 20 to 40k. It depends, to be honest, guys. And especially if you wanna build out your alts, like all my alts, have 4 engravings at least, and I do tend to like build up with gems, with everything, so that I enjoy playing the alt. I don't waste other people's time. So I feel comfortable, to clear Guardians, I feel comfortable to clear Chaos Dungeons, and so on. So the next biggest push would be, 1445. So let's actually, where is my rooster? So let's change this a little bit. Well, technically, next step would be 1430, but 1445 would be, that's ultimate goal for you to have your alts at that, position. So let's have a look back here. So if you have your alt at 1445, at the end of the day, you're gonna be able to do Molten Hard and Vikas Normal as well. With that, you're gonna be able to earn 10k, and a half with one alt that is at 1445, and this is a big chunk of money. You know, you can still do Argos all three phases. You can do Volt and Hard now. You can do Vicas as well. So this is a big increase. Of course, pushing an alt to 1445 is gonna cost you quite a bit as well. So I would recommend to do it slowly. First, get your alts to 14, 15. So then slowly progress, with one at a time. And eventually, when you build out your character like this at 1445, you're gonna be much, much more comfortable. If you build out your engravings, you can, of course, clear all the chaos dungeons. The guardian's gonna be super smooth as well, like the Scaluda, because you're gonna have the relic. Eventually, you're gonna get the relic set as well, and it's not gonna take you much of a time. Like, to be honest, for myself, one alt is like 20 minutes, because my alts are built out. So 10 minutes for chaos dungeons and like 10 minutes for guardians. So that's 20 minutes per day per one alt. So let's say I have 5 alts in the main, so I spend like what? Like 2 hours, per day, maybe 2.5 hours, because I'm just, running around doing some weird stuff, in the game. But besides that, it's really, really better, if you build out the characters, it's much smoother experience for yourself, and it's easier for everyone. So I think that covers now, saying that the progress goes like this. It's like from 3070, your ultimate goal is to get your alt to 1445, and that's gonna be 10k gold per week. And at this point, when you're at this level with your alt, you don't need to really open any chests anymore. In the beginning, you're gonna be opening the chest just because you want to, smooth out your alt, finish your relic set, and go along with that. You can still take it slow. You can just skip the chest. You're still gonna get for Walton. You're still gonna get like 6 pieces, of the materials. Vicas is gonna be like 3 if I'm not wrong now. So it's gonna take a bit longer, but you're gonna get much more gold. Let's if you're not skipping the chest, we can see the gold is dropping quite a lot. It's like 4k. You're gonna lose like 4k if you're gonna open all the chests from Walton and from Vicas. So yeah, and we really want the gold. As I said, if you're just focusing mainly on the gold gains, so you can boost your main as much as you can, you should just slowly take time on your alts, and in the worst case, just leave them on 30 at 1370. You're still gonna get like 3.5k every week per one alt. You don't really need to invest much. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's a bit longer, me talking about a lot of stuff. I hope you enjoyed, and see you guys on the next one. Peace.